Ada was a young university student who had always been fascinated by architecture. She had studied the works of many of the greatest architects throughout history and dreamed of one day creating her own masterpieces. One day, while wandering through the university library, Ada stumbled upon an old book that appeared to be some kind of ancient tome. As she opened the book, she found herself suddenly transported back in time. She found herself standing in ancient Egypt, where she was greeted by Imhotep, one of the greatest architects of the ancient world. Imhotep was responsible for designing some of the most iconic structures in Egypt, including the Pyramid of Djoser. Ada spent several weeks with Imhotep, learning about the principles of ancient Egyptian architecture and engineering. Next, Ada found herself in ancient Rome, where she met Vitruvius, the architect responsible for writing 10 books on architecture, a seminal work on classical architecture. Vitruvius taught Ada about the importance of proportion, symmetry, and balance in architectural design. Ada then traveled to ancient China, where she met Li Jie, a prominent architect and royal scholar who lived during the Song dynasty. Li Jie was responsible for the design and construction of many important buildings in ancient China. Ada learned about the principles of Oriental architecture, timber craftsmanship, and how structures could blend seamlessly into the natural world around them, bringing harmony to the world. After her time in ancient China, Ada found herself in the United States, where she met Frank Lloyd Wright, one of the most iconic architects of the 20th century. Wright was responsible for designing many of the most innovative and influential buildings of his time, including Falling Water and the Guggenheim Museum. Ada was inspired by Wright's use of organic materials and integration of buildings with their natural surroundings. Ada then traveled to London, where she met Zaha Hadid, a pioneering architect known for her innovative use of technology and fluid, organic forms. Ada was inspired by Hadid's unconventional approach to design and learned about the importance of pushing the boundaries of traditional architecture. Finally, Ada traveled to modern-day America, where she met Rachel Carson, a pioneering environmentalist who was instrumental in raising awareness about the dangers of pollution and environmental degradation. Ada learned about the importance of sustainability and environmental responsibility in architectural design. Ada's final stop was with Jane Jacobs, a prominent urbanist and author who championed the importance of community-based planning and design. Ada was inspired by Jacobs' ideas about creating livable, walkable communities and designing cities for people, not just cars. After her journey through time, Ada returned to the present day with a newfound appreciation for the rich history and diverse traditions of architecture. She was inspired to create her own designs that incorporated elements from each of the architects and thinkers she had met on her journey, and she knew that she would never look at architecture in the same way again.